Hi everybody, hope you're doing okay out there. It is another terrible day. It's July right now and it's just cloudy and rainy relentlessly. I need a holiday. So today we have some very interesting news, which is actually leaked information, it would seem, from the Department of Education, and they are talking about big reforms to the way university applications and the process around it with UCAS, etc. will happen in the future. Now, there's no exact timelines to this. In fact, there's no exactness to this at all yet because it's very much in an early proposal stage. It would seem nothing has been officially released around it, but it does offer us a very interesting insight about what is likely to happen in the future of higher education. So if you're in year 10, 11 and maybe 12 right now, this might be an interesting video for you. And one of the most radical proposals for change on the document was that the start date for universities could be pushed back from around September now to January, which would give a much bigger window and change things up a lot. What are the implications of this? How does this affect you? Stay tuned to find out. But before all that good stuff, just to introduce myself, I'm Ran. I run this channel Beyond the Blackboard. I am keeping you up to date on all news, etc. for the education system, as it's constantly changing at the moment, so you can have a bit of certainty and start planning now what you want to be doing. I also do a load of study videos as well as self-development in general, so if that sounds useful for weekly content at least, hit that subscribe button, like this video and share with anyone who this would be useful for. Alright, so just to highlight some of the changes that are being proposed at the moment, I'll just do a quick run through of the current university application system and the new one being proposed. The current system is, of course, most university courses starting in either September or October. You get a predicted grade from your teacher, which is then used in the UCAS system in order to get an offer from certain universities, whether that's a conditional, unconditional, or perhaps no offer at all. You'll then get your actual grades at a later date, by which point that will either support your offer if you've got a conditional one, or won't matter because you've got an unconditional one. I mean, of course they still matter in the grand scheme of things, but they won't matter directly to that course that you are applying for. Now, with the new systems, there's a bunch of variations that apparently have been proposed, but the consistency with all of these different models, which we'll go through in a second, are that the university offers aren't given until you know your exact results that you actually got for A levels. So instead of basing it off predictions, it is based on the actual results that you got. And this is, of course, going to have some implications in terms of timelines, your timelines, UCAS's, student loans, universities, whatever, which we'll go through in more detail in a second. But I just want to highlight why they're thinking of doing this so you can make a judgment on whether you think it's right or not. So the main number one reason, and why it's been on the lips of policymakers for a while now, is that there is plenty of evidence to show that students from disadvantaged backgrounds are generally predicted lower grades by their teachers compared to what they ended up actually getting. The fact that disadvantaged students are going in with lower predicted grades means that they will get less choice of the type of university courses they want to go to, and therefore the inequality gap is maintained or enhanced. So in a lot of ways you could say basing a university offer on the grades you actually got is a lot more fair. There's also other reasons, including the administrative spiderweb of giving conditional and unconditional and keeping track of all that kind of thing. Apparently it's very difficult, but also in general it probably gives you guys, the students, a better sense of where you're going, a lot less uncertainty on the UCAS system and where you're going to go and what's best for you, etc. It's probably a bit more clear cut. Alright, so what are some of these changes? What are some of the models for change that they are talking about at the moment? Well, as I mentioned before, probably the biggest headline news type of change is the fact that universities may be asked to start in January instead of the current September, leaving a roughly 5-month gap between the time you receive your results and when you start university. But there are some other variations of this. Another model suggests just pushing the start date of university courses to roughly mid-October and allow a 12-week window to apply for students. What this might suggest is that exams, A-level exams, would also be pushed forward a bit, which also would mean more stress on schools, etc. There's also a scenario apparently stated where there's no changes to timeline, but there's a 5-week window after those A-level results are released, and perhaps universities can make offers, etc. in that time. It seems like very tight timelines, so it might not be possible. I'm sure they're working this stuff out. And then there's another scenario in which university applications are made before A-level results come out, but no offers are made until they are sure that you got the results that you wanted. So what are some of the implications of this? Now, of course, if there was a January start, there'd be a massive 5-month gap in which society would kind of have to fill that gap in some way. You would have to fill that gap in some way, whether that's a pre-university course, that's something that's been suggested, whether that is gaining some money in that time and getting a job in that time. Maybe it's a bit of traveling before you go to university. That's always a good shout. I've been traveling lots of times in my life, but there'll certainly be some time to fill there with something productive. And also in one of the other models, if the exams were to be moved forward, of course that puts more pressure on schools in order to cover the content in a certain amount of time, which might be unnecessary and impractical. But as I say, this is leaked information. Nothing officially has been announced, but The Guardian and The Independent seem to have got their hands on it, so they've done a pretty thorough report on what they know at the moment. The Department of Education have said we don't comment on leaked documents. As soon as we know anything more and confirmed, I will make a video on it and let you guys know. Alright guys, I hope this has been useful for you today. As I say, I've got at least weekly content coming out, particularly focused around news updates around the education system so you can start preparing your life, but also around study tips and self-development. If there's any kind of content that you want me to make, please do let me know in the comments below. I used to be a science teacher at a secondary school, so I can draw off lots of bits of knowledge that would be useful for you. I'm certainly going to be doing a lot of stuff and material around revision and study advice around August. I was thinking for the autumn exam period, but if you'd like that pushed forward, let me know. Any bits around the summer holiday that would be useful for you, please do let me know as well. And just a request from me, as you can see, I'm a pretty small YouTuber. I'm trying to spread this message to as many people as possible, as many students as possible. I think from the reaction from you guys, it's having a positive impact. So if you'd like to support me, I'd really appreciate hitting that subscribe button, hitting that like button, telling your friends, and just helping me get it out there. But either way, I hope you enjoyed this video, and until next time, I will see you later.